Hey, are you feeling scrappy? Well, I know I am. Special episode in the Hangar.
Welcome to In the Hangar. We're on location at Stearman Field. I'm Christy Wong.
And I'm Dan Milliken, and we are sponsored by Wingfield Aviation
And Flying Ice Optics.
We love our sponsors. Well, Christy, I'm seeing double today.
Yes, so am I. So we're here with the Pateys. The first thing I need to ask is, which one's which?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, usually it doesn't matter. Depends on who's in trouble. That's the other guy. I didn't do it. He's not here. I'm Mark. This is Mike.
All right. Do you guys swap out?
We've
or-
tried. We never have gotten away with it. We tried it dating. Never.
Oh, really? Oh, we got to hear that story right away.
Close to first base. It caught us right off the bat.
Really?
Okay, well, yes, really. But in school, when we were younger, yeah, we traded high school classes now and then for fun. And the kids would know, the teachers would wonder why the whole classroom is laughing. And
Stop
they
giggling.
would.
What's going on?
So what was the giveaway? Why did kids and dates figure it out?
Well, because usually someone would start a conversation that had to do with the conversation from the previous day that I was not involved in. And I'd look at him with a blank look like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then it'd be like, oh, you're Mark. And then it just spread. It was like the Whisper Festival. The whole room would start laughing.
So if you'd ddone better improv skills and acting, you would have been able to pull
we
this off.
had no talent there. So all we had
Missed
was similar
opportunities.
looks.
Similar, the blank stare, it's actually just common. It was just the normal look.
Okay, let's first. Everybody knows that's probably watching this knows about Draco and your Scrappy build and everything else. Your Scrappy build and everything. There we go. And there I am already, right off the bat. Your Scrappy build, and so I don't want to get into that because people can go to your channel, Mike Patey, and get updated on that and everything. So what I want to do is kind of go behind the scenes and maybe some things that fans aren't really aware of. And now people know that you guys do Best Tugs, right. But talk about that. How did the business begin, and you know, how did you guys get started in this?
We've been building, racing, and playing with airplanes for a long, long time, and we always struggled with the fact that we're moving $1 million airplanes around with what we affectionately called farm equipment. And after my wife had some nose gear shimmies on her Cirrus that were from overstress and tug-induced damage, and then I had a very expensive repair on our new Meridian from overstressing the nose gear. At the time, we owned an engineering firm, Prodigy Engineering, which did smart hybrid vehicle systems, electric motor design, software controllers for moving people and freight down the freeway safely. And we're like, why aren't aircraft tugs digital? Why don't they have auto throttle? Why can't they have ramp up, ramp down with not to exceed torque limits that adapt whether the plane's full of fuel or empty to not damage the aircraft? And so we always played with the idea, one of these days, if we ever have time, which we never had any, we're going to build smarter, modern aircraft moving equipment. And then our engineering firm that did the electric vehicles was sold, and we're too young and too energetic to stop doing anything. So we started Best Tugs for our kids. Our kids have ownership in the company, and I said, let's just use our expertise from hybrid vehicle designs in aircraft movement. So we're just grateful that aviation community has been so good to us. I mean, when the kids, we started the company, they said, how many tugs are we going to sell? We're like, look, we're going to build a premium product. We're going to be a little bit more money than everybody else. I don't expect we'll do high volumes. And we just so underestimated the potential.
A lot of it has to do with our firm belief in teaching your kids very early the value of work. That's kind of my whole, I guess it's my back to work
You don't
mantra.
teach entitlement?
Yeah, no, entitlement doesn't work in our family. You got to earn everything you have. And so the concept was really, how do we teach our kids grassroots, ground up, the value of a customer, how to take care of a customer, how to develop a product, how to manage inventory, how to manage sales, how to manage growth. And we thought the only way to really give them that asset base in their life is to have them involved in a mom and pop bottom up. And we're really fortunate because all our kids have had an opportunity to work there. They work there, and we We migrate them through every single base in
no
the
free
organization.
rides.
There's no free rides. They learn how to weld, they learn how to machine, they learn how to do computer. They have to take customer service calls, sales calls, manage inventory. And so we feel really fortunate that the company and the aviation community, all of you that have supported us, we're so grateful because they give us opportunity for our kids to have something to go forward when we decide we're gonna stop selling tugs and let the kids do it and only build crazy, silly airplanes.
Yeah, so speaking of crazy, silly airplanes, how many hours do you spend in the shop working on projects like Draco or like Scrappy?
Good. So I have a full-time job, so unrelated to Best Tugs. Mark runs up that company. We both have ownership in each other, so we have a rule. He leaves the stress of one company to himself and manages it. I take the stress of the other company and management, but we both high five and cheer each other all along the way and help each other out. So it's been really great. But I'm in wastewater treatment, developing technology for processing toxic water in a better, more environmental way. So I focus on that, 10, 12 hours a day, every day, 6 days a week, usually at least. And so Scrappy and Draco are just my off hours. So if I get home at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, I like to go to dinner with my family. It's usually out to eat. It's fast and we get together, and my wife's a great cook, so we do that too as well, of course. But and then I spend that time with my family, and then I go to the hangar. So I might not get there sometimes till 9 o'clock at night, but I really thrive when my phone goes quiet, when everyone else shuts down for the night, and that's when I kind of get into my groove. So a lot of my builds are kind of 9 o'clock at night till 2, 3, 4, whatever time. I don't need a lot of sleep, and then I start the next day at 7 a.m. and go to work.
Wow, you really run on jet fuel, don't you?
Jet A powered, I guess. So yeah, it's my passion. Building is just everything. It's just so fun.
All right. Well, speaking of passion and building and everything else, and talking to people like Corey Robin and who you guys are good friends with, just in conversations with them, I'm getting a sense that you guys' competitive level is like through the roof. Is that accurate?
Between each other or just in nature?
Yeah.
Probably both.
Both.
So I would say between each other, it's not competitive because competitive almost has a negative context.
Correct.
And it's not that at all. I absolutely want to kick his butt, and he's gonna jump up and down and high five me when I do.
Right.
So
right.
it's a lot different
A
than
healthy
what
competitive.
it's not. I don't want to beat him. I want to do better, right? And he's not trying to beat me. He just wants to do better than what I did. That was awesome.
Well, and I've seen
And
he
so
wants to
it's-
beat himself even.
Yeah.
You know?
So
Right.
for both of us, we've actually never been competitive in a like go beat somebody. Like we're really happy and excited
Right.
about anybody's success. So the first time someone beats me in an event or in a race, and this is childhood on, like I am the most excited for that person, maybe more so than that person. I'm like, just want to live in their moment of kicking my butt. Like it's fun to see someone do really well at whatever they're passionate at. So competitive in that it's fun to compete because everybody advances in that technology, that personal growth. And then I'm as excited to be at the top as down the line, because I promise when if I'm down the pack, boy, I tell you what, it's a good fire to say, I got some more ideas. It's time to get back to work.
Yeah, we're seeing what you touched on, the advancement and everything else because of that healthy competitiveness. You guys created I may not have my facts right, like the fastest turboprop.
Single engine turboprop. Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So that plane, as before I did videos, so it's based on a Lancer Legacy, but modified the wings, doubled the spar, added extra skin, giant tail, bigger front end, basically complete redesign front
You
to back.
Frankensteined
I Frankenstein a Lancer Legacy. And it became the fastest single turboprop in the world today. It still is. And I need to beat that before someone else does. So
Right.
I have got a target on my back, and I'm going to take him out, me out. I'm going to beat
Yeah,
it.
see, he's not competitive at all.
Not at all. No, I just like trying to get a little bit better at whatever I'm doing every day.
Well, that's what leads to innovation, leads to a company like Best Tugs that makes an outstanding product.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. If you build it, they will come. That is what I'm learning about you guys.
Yes.
And if you build it right, they'll keep coming back. So you got to get that in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you rebuild it.
Yeah.
Oh, right, Draco, yeah.
Oh.
We got to rebuild it.
Well, I guess turning to the channel for a minute, and just you've been updating the fans on what's going on with Scrappy a little bit. You at first were just not even going to touch Draco, right?
No, I was always planning on rebuilding Draco, but not immediately.
You needed to take a breath.
Well, yeah, and Scrappy had begun. So I had just started Scrappy when I crashed Draco, and I'm very task-driven, and an uncompleted project is about the only way to get under my skin. Like you can't make me mad. You can't burn a bridge with me. I don't care what you do. I will still love you, and I'll still be your friend. So, but what drives me nuts is a project in stagnant. I can't take it. So if I started a job, it has to be done. And my wife, she's the best. She's over there grinning. She knows this. She's kind of learned that when I begin anything, she just backs up and goes, I'm not even going to try. It's vacations are gone, and I love that. It's so cool.
Yeah, I know.
Airplanes going by. But we will have our time, and she'll come down and she'll grab me, and I love her support, because she understands I want to get that job done, and I'm going to focus on it until it's done. And then she forces me to take a gap, and then we'll go on a trip or vacation or something to break me apart. But if I'm in it, I got to finish it. Scrappy was started. Scrappy's got to get done, and I will work every day until it's done.
So I guess it's hard to drive past the Hangar Queens. You see these half.
It's like there's a few at every field,
Yeah.
and I wish I had more time, and I could go like
Save all the airplanes in the world.
It's hard to walk by, but I feel like, and I'm hearing it more and more in comments, that people are kind of grabbing onto the back to work slogan, which has kind of been me my whole life. And it's not just back to work like work your job or building my plane. It's about everything in life is about what's important to you. You need to work on your family. You need to work on your relationship. You need to work on your passion. And so for me, what's really funny is it's a phrase that's now in my videos, oddly enough, for any of you watching, that really was not a phrase for a video or anything I was using. It's just me in my life. And it was supposed to be to let the guy recording me know we're done. So I would talk and we go, let's get back to work. And then the guy who helped me edit it, he put that on it. That was supposed to be...
That was you calling cut.
That was me calling cut, and you don't leave cut in.
Right.
So it just is, that's how much back to work is to me. And so whatever you have in your life, whether it's building an airplane, or you have a relationship that's struggling, or you have a family member that needs that extra attention, if it's important to you, get back to work. That's it. It's the most important thing you can do in your life to fix every aspect of what matters to you. So I'm glad people are latching onto it, and I'm hearing comments about, I watch your videos over and over while I build my airplane, and I'm building it like I never have before. And I think, okay, maybe I can't show up and turn a wrench and help them every day, but if they're turning on a video and somehow my silly back to work works for them and their plane is getting built, how cool is that? I'm super excited.
You are inspirational.
Oh.
And you didn't even realize it.
Oh, it's crazy. It's fun. And the people in aviation are just, it's like the greatest, biggest, most amazing family we could all have. I mean, you show up on a field with a bunch of people you don't know, and they are family, and they love you, and they will help you with a flat tire. They will help tow you off a runway if you have a problem. They'll jump to support. I couldn't be happier to be in such an amazing group of people.
Yeah, the aviation community has been phenomenal. Well, guys, really appreciate you guys coming on. And
Absolutely.
we'll have links to the channels, of course. If they're watching me, they probably already know them. But go to the Patey's channels. You both have one, and now I know, Mark, yours is more. It seems like more geared, of course, to best tugs. But
a little bit, yeah. And I keep filming the builds and the progress, but I haven't put anything in a can. But I will. It's just the challenge, like anybody has. Like Corey, in his interview before we came in, he was talking about how hard it is to edit a video. And you go to the airport, and it's like, I can build my airplane, or I can go fly an airplane, or I can edit a video. I mean, and I'm not doing as good as I should be at editing the videos, but I've got some fun stuff that we'll be putting out on the YouTube channel here coming up pretty quick.
Oh, cool. And speaking of the YouTube channel, so let me ask you guys, what do you think has been like the biggest comments that you've been getting on your channel?
Well, I can tell you what mine is. Is get some of these microphones.
People are having trouble hearing you.
They have
you do everything pretty much with your smartphone, right?
So I do 100% of everything with my iPhone in my pocket, and so that is really I get in that zone and I just go. And if I didn't, I have a lot of people ask. I'm going to answer the second question a lot of people ask besides my phone is how many people are there working with you? And it's me and one guy, and I'm going to call him out right now because no one knows. I finally got him on camera, and so pretty soon there's going to be a video with who is the background that is with Mike. And it's my best friend, Ron Clark. I love you, buddy. And I finally talked him into getting on camera the other day and flipped around. I had fun filming him. I got to be the Darth Vader breathing heavy on the backside of the camera. But what's really happened is he's like, when he first started building airplanes with me, it was about 10 years ago. I've known him for 20 some odd years. And he needed a job, and I said, hey, come work with me. I would love to steal you. And I said, well, he goes, I don't know anything about airplanes, and I don't know much about mechanics. I said, well, figure it out. Just come give me a hand. And I remember the first time he came to work with me, I said, hey, can you grab me the crescent wrench? And as serious as a heart attack, he looks at me and he goes, what's a crescent wrench? I was like, oh boy.
Wow.
And what really happened.
It's a croissant wrench, by the way.
It's a croissant
Sounds
wrench.
delicious.
I'll take two. What really happened is he just learned how I work, and I cannot work without the tools appearing before I'm thinking to ask for
Like a
them.
doctor, yeah.
Yeah, he is so on, and that is no joke. There is footage sometimes of.
Let's say he's not for hire.
He's not for. You can't take him. No, no. There'll be stuff. I'll go. I need it, and I'll turn my head. And if I didn't look, I'd have been hit in the head with it because he threw it from 30 feet away because he's that in tune with building. And so he films. I work, and he keeps everything in front of me. And then we learned real fast. I'm kind of like a hurricane of terror. I just mess everything up. I get in a zone, and it's like it's about getting it done and getting it done now. And so we learned that it's faster if I just drop. So if I'm doing carbon fiber, I'm laying up, I'm doing everything. I don't think about where the stuff is going, the trash, the garbage, the wrenches, the spreaders, anything, the basting, the cups, the sticks. I just go, and he is right there keeping it going. And it's like a perfect team. So
You're the surgeon, he's a scrub nurse.
yeah, something, and it works. So he's my cameraman and my best friend and a helper, and we laugh the whole time.
All right, so on behalf of all his fans, there's a little mic you can buy and plug into your smartphone, and
We keep trying, but then he's like, this is what happens. We're like, hey, he'll be working. It's like, oh, I'm going to film this. It's like, well, where's the mic? Oh, it's over there. And he's like, forget it. We don't need to film this. Let's just work.
They've seen me do this before, and it's hard to stop me.
okay, so
So
here's
that's
a
what
better
happens.
solution.
It's like, well, it can be in the video, or it can have good audio and not ever
And
be filmed.
I get that, and I understand that's what then I would recommend as being somebody in the film and video industry. Don't get a lav because it's too much hassle. I get that, and you're just not going to do it, and it's going to get left behind. Get a shotgun microphone that stays with the camera, and at least it'll improve it some.
It'll fit in your pocket.
Well, keep it in the pocket of whoever's got the phone.
Now that's a good idea. It is tough because it is actually just my phone. So
Okay.
so I'm on my phone. I got an earbud in for work, and I'm
You can't have all these wires everywhere.
So
Yeah.
no, so I'm literally working with my earbud in, handling my work and my business while I'm laying carbon, and then if there's something that's going to be filmed, it's between a phone call. So I pull out the phone, they grab the camera, he pulls, and then it goes back in my pocket. So I tried something the other day. I got one of those
Okay.
little wireless ones.
Okay.
And I'm going to keep.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
do
yes.
better.
Smart
Okay.
mic, yeah.
The little smart mic. I got one of those, and it was awesome. I was so excited. And you'll see some of the videos that just came out, and the ones
That's
also
a
every
great
now
idea.
and then you'll see like, oh my gosh, I can hear Mike because I have that. And then unfortunately, I did like I don't remember what part it was. I was so excited to show it, and I had several, like 4 or 5 days of like really productive work done. And then we got it out, and I went, because I don't double check, I don't look, I just record, put it away, record, put it away. Several days later, we come back, and there was no audio. Everything I had done was gone, because there's no backup.
We feel your pain.
We feel that.
We feel your pain like you wouldn't believe.
So it was like, well, that one's going in the trash, and I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to find one. But it was kind of disheartening to go, oh man, when I just had it on my iPhone, I
Well,
at least
if-
had it.
If Ron would just
But I'll get better.
If he just kept the shotgun microphone that plugs into a smartphone in his pocket, whenever you hand the phone to him, he can just plug it in and go.
Yep, that's what we're going to get there. Because all you guys are asking, I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
So get back to work.
Microphone tips for aviators.
Yeah.
We're just gonna start the hashtag Mike's for Mike.
Mike's
Mike's for Mike.
That is
Very good.
awesome. So
All right, guys, thank you so much for coming on, taking some time here at the ACCAs to chat with us in the hangar.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. It's been such a pleasure hanging out with you and just getting to know you better.
thank you. This has been so fun. All these super cool people running around and getting to meet them all face to face. What a great event. Thank you for having us on here. It's
Yeah.
super cool.
Absolutely, anytime.
All right, and thank you guys for watching, and I hope you like it. Subscribe, share, all that kind of stuff, and also make sure that if you haven't seen Mike and Mark's channels, go there and watch what they have. And we'll see you guys next time.
In the hangar. Let's get back to work.